All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Here we go. Game number 3, our final game of the night here on the secondary stream. We got OG versus paiN Gaming here in this best of 3. The winner of this advancing on to the semifinals of the winner bracket. The loser will be knocked down to the losers bracket of this double elimination tournament. And actually, again, a quick note on that. By the way, so the winner of this will move on to play EG, Evil Geniuses, who of course defeated PG Barrack X, the wildcard team. That got into the main event here. In the losers bracket, though, I did get confirmation. It looks like it is actually just a best of 1 in the losers bracket, at least the first round. So
10 seconds
it's you know, you don't want to be down there. You do not want to be down there. And I believe actually TNC versus Infamous is going to be happening shortly on the over on the main stream. So for those that are curious, again, in a best of 1. But anyways, we got a game 3 though, so that's why you're here. 2 solid teams. Been a very entertaining series so far. BreakyCPK joined by TraLFDota once again, and all right, a little bit different start to this game 3 draft. We have the initial Sand King pick and the response of the Rubik coming out for OG.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a baiN perhaps on the side of paiN. I think they ran that duo the first game, or I might be getting my games mixed together here, but I've seen that and it worked out nicely. baiN's just an all-around great support. Sand King, very flexible one at that as well. But yeah, just very flexible hero. And then same thing with Rubik. I mean, the safe thing about picking Rubik early on is it's just pretty much good against any lineup, and it's good overall support. ET. I was wondering if this was going to come out with all these. I mean, there's so many bans on 4 heroes, but you can't ban them all. And speaking of 2 powerhouse ones, we got ET with a response of Clockwork. Clockwork is very good against ET, by the way. It's a bit annoying playing against Rubik because of lift. You can just lift out of cogs, but ET can never really cast that stomp if Clockwork is in the right place at the right time. So they quickly pick up the Clockwork.
5 seconds.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I'll say about Elder Titan as a hero, I almost feel like he's undervalued a lot of the time, because whenever I happen to see this hero, kind of like you with the Terrorblade you mentioned earlier, I'm not saying Elder Titan just wins you games outright, but the damage that he does like early on in the laning phase because of the Astral Spirit harassment, the freedom that he has because of the Astral Spirit as well. Obviously, Echo Stomp's just great setup in a lot of cases. And then the Earth Splitter, it does plenty of damage in those team fights, and even more crowd control. So I'm happy to see him here, and I'm guessing Jerax is going to be playing it, unless they do some kind of core Elder Titan. But don't think we should expect to see that here in this game.
And can be paired up, of course, with other heroes like Naga Sleep, or even a Disruptor. I mean, I guess they're not going to pick Disruptor, but the point is that he can be paired up to combo with his ulti. But obviously the beauty of the hero is that he doesn't necessarily need that. He can kind of set it up himself. But again, it is a bit difficult against the Clockwork. I mean, Clockwork is a very good hero against him. The other option, or the other reason why this hero is quite good, is obviously his natural aura, or his natural order aura, which obviously you have to be next to him with your actual hero to get the physical negative aura. But if you have lots of magic damage on your team, just throwing out the Astral where the negative magic damage comes into play, that could be really strong if you steal some good spells on Rubik. Even just Fade Bolt with your own negative magic armor aura that you have. Like, it's a lot of negative magic damage coming out. So it's one thing to think about as the draft progresses.
Yeah, that's a good point. And get an Ancient Apparition in here. Trying to figure out a core for that hero. Probably not. But Shadow Fiend going to be the final ban for OG, or I guess the 5th ban before we go into the next tier picks. Of course, you are dealing with the Clockwork on the other side. We talked about that synergy already, so kind of a safe ban by OG, as well as the Weehaw Tinker that they're going to take out. Yeah, it's kind of funny. We've seen Wee play both in the off lane and the safe lane this series. We haven't actually seen him play mid yet.
Yeah, Wee has played really a great series. I mean, he hasn't really flubbed at all. Really just making the right moves and communicating well with his team, despite maybe potential language barriers, but really playing well. Really quite impressed. And as you mentioned, too, not playing his normal role, I should say, in the mid lane. Maybe we'll see it this game.
Perhaps here in Game 3, the deciding game after all. Dark's here going to be the final, or I keep saying final ban, but the 5th ban for paiN Gaming, and now the next
5
tier picks to
seconds
come.
remaining.
And I was thinking about a Dark Seer. You talk about Elder Titan, good setup for him perhaps with the Stomp and the Ultimate as well. And Kizu, I know that he is one of his more go-to that he does play, so they're taking that away. You know, Enigma is still there, but now you have a Clockwork and a Sand King already. I can't see them going for the third game in a row with the Enigma. And yes, he had a bigger black hole later on, but overall it has been a little bit of a struggle, so they're going to go the Magnus route. All right, that's a little different. Still similar idea, to be fair, but more guaranteed.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe that's signifying that, obviously you want to make use of this Empower if you can. Some kind of melee hero to benefit from that. Obviously, you can still use heroes like Medusa to benefit from Empower, but it's just a bit better once you get that cleave effect. So you're looking at possible heroes like Jug, Troll Warlord, things like this, Void even.
Got paiN Gaming, meanwhile, figuring out how they want to respond to this now. They still need their own support.
PA actually could be pretty nice for OG. It's a nice, easy way to blink out of the cogs if you need to.
Yeah.
Kind of, obviously the blurs are really nice. Empower buff, you don't have to go for a Battle Fury. You can just get some fight items like a Vlad's Deso and then just go fight them. And yeah, they actually do go backwards towards the bane, so it's going to be potentially another core Sand King. I mean, we saw it in mid game 1 where Tavo just destroyed with it. So he could do more of the same here. It could also just be an offlane Sand King or an offlane Clock. They have a lot of options, and options in Dota are good.
10 seconds remaining.
I like this draft opening here for paiN.
Versatility in the draft is usually a good thing. And yeah, the first game, the Sand King mid, again, specifically more for the matchup purposes, so not guaranteed to see that by any means. But again, depending on how this thing shapes up here. OG.
On that same token, like if they really wanted to, they could pit the Sand King solo against a Magnus, and it would have the similar effect.
Okay.
Having that caustic finale against a melee hero is just really hard to deal with. So that's in the cards.
Okay, they go Puck with their 4th pick. Does OG?
10 seconds.
So again, not necessarily the best Empower target. So obviously, the last pick is just going to be more surrounding that, the ultimate carry for the team. And as you're listing off the options there from the CK to the PA and coming to mind. So paiN Gaming going to have to think about what they want to ban, but also think about their own 4th pick as well, which position 2 and 1.
I know they just played it, but actually Razor would not be that bad. I think with the TA now, so this is going to be a direct pick against the Puck because it's pretty much for sure going to be a Puck mid. I don't see them going Magnus to try to get around the TA. That's probably even worse matchup against the TA. I mean, the most obvious choice for me for OG is like a Jug. That seems obvious. It's a natural Manta carrier, which is good against Templar. The Spin is quite good against Templar as well. Spin is just good in general. And he works well with Empower. So that seems like an obvious ban for paiN. So if that does get banned, which I presume it to, I think PA would be quite nice. PA is also good against TA, the Templar, once you get like a Manta and have that Battle Fury cleave from Magnus for free. So we'll see what they go for.
paiN going to think about it.
And additionally, what's really smart is predicting it's going to be a melee core just because of the Magnus. This Bane pickup was really smart.
5 seconds remaining.
Bane is just really good against melee cores. Being able to Fiend Script them. Melee cores often do go for BKB, and obviously the Fiend Script goes through that. So I think it was a smart pick.
Yeah. And even in the laning phase, that early enfeeble harassment, if they, depending on who he's matched up against, really annoying to deal with, and hell, even into the later game. We'll have to deal with that as well. So that final ban, maybe not as obvious for paiN Gaming. Talked about the Juggernaut, but I'm sure going through those other Empower options. Okay, Phantom Lancer.
Also a good hero against the TA.
True.
All those illusions and can still, I mean, any melee hero will benefit from that Empower, of course.
Yeah.
So definitely, I forgot about that one, and now it's a smart ban as well. But so right now, for OG, you're looking at like those Jugs, possible Troll Warlord if they really want to go that route.
5 seconds.
And of course, I think PA would be quite good too, but we'll see. They have 14 seconds of reserve time.
So paiN Gaming for their safe laner. What option are they going to get here? Trying to think what would be pretty. I mean, they have plenty of crowd control, so they don't need somebody to assist with that necessarily.
You're going to want a BKB carrier for sure. I mean, looking at Rubik, Elder Titan, Puck, you need someone that can naturally build a BKB and not have to deviate too. Whoa, did not see that one coming. Woo, okay,
Good
they got Wraith King.
Wraith King.
Now, the good thing is, with them banning out PL, maybe this was part of their plan, is they have no natural diffusal carriers just yet, but they can easily do that with a Jug. I think Jug got a lot better now. I'm making sure Jug's not banned out, because it seems like an obvious pickup here for me, but
5 seconds remaining.
we'll see. We'll see what they go for.
Yeah, just got finished suggesting they have plenty of crowd control for the support, so they didn't necessarily need a core with another crowd control ability, but yeah, Wraith King one of those. Not that it's a bad option because of that, but wasn't necessary either. Usually I feel like when we see a Wraith King, it is more of that idea. There you go.
Yeah, that seemed like a really obvious pick, but he's really the only melee core that works with Empower and has Diffusal, can naturally build in Diffusal. I'm personally, I fucking hate Wraith King. I think it's a bad hero. But, I mean, we'll see if they can make it work. I mean, obviously it's nice against RP. You know, you can just kind of sit in the front lanes and not be too scared of RP. That being said, you can't RP screw you back, make you die away from your team and kill you a second time. Or they just RP and you have Diffusal up and then you can't even cast the ultimate. I just have a lot of problems with this hero. Just don't think he's good, but I do like his sword, though. Sword's pretty cool.
He looks pretty badass, so he has that going for him. Yeah, I know we've seen a couple of Wraith Kings maybe cast before, and I know you always kind of go back to as well his ultimate, the talent that he gets that makes it so he can cast it without any mana. And it's like, oh, he can finally actually use his ultimate appropriately. It must be nice. So, well, what about the changes that he had with the skeletons, at least? I mean, are you a fan of that? And
I mean, it's okay. But the skeletons die really, really easily anyway and give off. So, like, yeah, I don't know. I just don't think that was enough. The only thing that I really like that they changed is that you have the chance to one-hit creeps and neutrals. That's kind of feels nice.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, it is going to be a offlane puck, it looks like. So they're going to put this mag, or we'll see. We'll see if mag goes safe lane or something. But I feel like mag is not going to have the greatest time against Templar unless he gets a ton of help. So we'll see.
Yeah, that is different. Okay, so yeah, it's a good observation there. KZU sure enough on the puck, and unless any last-second swaps coming out, that's what we are indeed going to see, and yep, it is confirmed. Okay, so KZU, Willie head top.
Thanks.
So Mad will end up in the middle lane, and it goes back to the matchup against the TA most likely. That he'll have there, unless he just decides to go offlane anyways. Early ward going down from Jarex in the middle lane. Some good information for the team. And paiN.
And finally, hey, we get to see Wee on mid.
Is he? Okay. Yeah,
I
right.
believe so. Blocking for himself as someone else will pick up the bounties. And a potential aggro tri-lane here from paiN. Obviously, it looks like waiting to see what's going on, but Avo is starting off in the bottom lane, is playing the core Sand King, so it's not going to be a position 4. It will be a position 4 Clockwork. Boots out here for King RD, and it's going to be 2 runes apiece, it looks like here, starting things out.
Elder Titan up at the top lane himself. Scouting out, realizing that nobody's up here, so ideally should get both runes.
Running battery assault. Yep. This might be a dead Elder Titan.
He does have boots.
The battle begins.
But so does Clockwork.
If he really wants to, he can skill Nightmare after the battery assault. It has to be after, otherwise it'll get triggered automatically. Trying to get in range and he's just too fast. It was a really that was a really awkward position. The only thing they could have done is like he starts to run away and then hopes the Bane nightmares him. But that was just a really awkward situation for Duster there. Had the right idea though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not to be. And Jarex for now is going to be more at the top lane, but we'll see if he ultimately sticks around here now. Right off the bat, KZU is going to feel a lot of pressure. Wow, he's already in some trouble.
Orbit TP back.
Yeah, he's going to hold the TP.
He's going to use the... All right, if he's in range of experience here, this is actually not too bad.
Yeah, good position.
And he is. He's getting experience from those. As they did increase the range of experience, he is going to TP back now. He wants some wants to fight a little bit and help out his boy Jerax, who is pulling the creeps for him.
Yeah.
But not if paiN has something to say about it.
I'm going to sleep him up, but don't think much is going to come of that, although King RD still wants to say hello. Pop another battery assault, but no, not going to be enough of a chase. So, yeah, good distraction mixed with the lane pull from Jerax. So, good teamwork right there. Meanwhile, Clockwork, he'll actually TP to the bottom lane. See if they can maybe make a kill happen, perhaps on this Rubik. You see a Sand King softening him up a little bit in the meantime, but and I'm sure by now he's perhaps either seen or, yeah, they definitely know the Clockwork is here now.
Wow. Magnus or Matt on the Magnus is actually crushing mid right now. And this has been a straight-up 1v1. So he's doing very, very well for himself. I did not expect this. An early bottle, sub 2 minutes. And now he's going to have the ability to spam out the lane, grab some runes. Very, very nice start for him. It's not expected against the TA.
Yeah.
And obviously, it gets harder and harder as the TA gets levels, but still, I did not expect this kind of a gap at all.
I was going to say, I'm sure the early shockwave, of course, is helping with that. But, yeah, definitely an impressive start for him. Oh, that's a bottom lane kill. Resolution goes down. Tombo and King RD come together to make that kill happen. I came to reserve everyone. Apologies, missed that one. But Rubik was busy going for the rune, and it seems like they picked up on that. And found the kill on Juggernaut. Somehow, I mean, even with the Blade Fury, he figured that wouldn't be possible.
Yeah. Maybe they forced him to use it early, and then because it's such a long cooldown on level 1, they were able to capitalize on that cooldown. Not sure, but anyway, Rubik is back. Not able to pull just yet because that main pull is actually blocked by a ward.
Jerax
invis. I couldn't quite get the stun. Or stomp onto Wii.
Yeah. He gets that, maybe that is a kill, but not to be. However, TA is going to continue to be heavily harassed and going in here. I mean, another stomp attempt. That one, again, going to miss from Jerax. He's just running after Wii. Pops a refraction finally, and that'll back them off. But, yeah, you just see 10-3 TA versus 18-4 Magnus right now. Obviously, he's getting a little bit more support, but overall doing great. Juggernaut, even despite that death, he is doing great with the CS as well at the bottom. So, Wraith King, your favorite hero. What, oh, Puck. Well, he's going for the kill. Has an orb. Also has a phase shift. And that should be enough. Yeah, he's good. Oh, bottom lane. Talo goes down, though. Flyhave's able to run him down.
Somewhat solo kill, too. I don't think Jug had anything to do with that. So, Fly. Boss gets a nice kill there. Gets a stack as well. Gonna run into a Clockwork though, level 2, so it's only level 1 battery assault. Actually steals out the bounty rune as well. Mana burn from the bits. This might be a kill actually on Fly. Maybe can deny himself or a healing war, but nope. It's gonna be a counter kill. This one goes to King RD.
First kill caught on camera right there. Resolution bottom lane. Just gonna spin him out at the Sand King. Back to the Wraith King, though. So what are we seeing on him? Does he get the Midas? Does he go with the early Radiance even, or what?
Yeah, I see so many different builds on Wraith King, but my favorite, being that I don't like the hero, though, is I like Radiance. Especially the fact that they have 2 heroes that really rely on their blinks, and being able to just be up front and cancel those blinks all the time is really, really nice. So
yeah.
Some way into a blink, whether it's... Sorry, some way into a Radiance, whether it's Blink Radiance or just a Radiance Rush. Sometimes you see Midas on him as well, just because he doesn't farm that fast on his own. But anyway, I think he needs to get Radiance sometime. If not, it needs to be a Blink Mjolnir, something like that.
Keizu again having to deal with this Bane just running at him. And obviously the threat of the Bane Wraith King together, it is scary, especially if some crits happen from the Mortal Strike. So keeping his distance, trying to leech as much experience as possible. Almost level 4, so overall, Keizu.
I'm surprised he's not putting any points in any skills. He's got 2 to spend, and if he's creating these creeps, he's obviously not building up extra stacks onto his skeletons. If he's not putting the point in, he's not doesn't really need the lifesteal right now. So I'm not sure what he's holding these extra 2 points for.
Good point. Well, Magnus, he's clearing up some.
Oh my god, that crit! Oh my god, that crit! That was a lucky one. You got the stun after the sleep into a first hit crit. That's a dead puck.
Go figure. Right as I go away from the lane, too. Alright. Tightening things up here. So it sounded like a big crit just happened. As mentioned, that was going to be the only way that essentially get that kill, and sure enough, he gets it. I was watching Magnus, though, farming in the jungle, because that's more important. Middle lane, Elder Titan. He's trying to get a Neko Stomp off. He actually will. Battery Assault wasn't stopping him. And maybe get a turn kill on it. Clockwork, lift up. Yes, it does. TA, though, with a refraction. He's more than fine. Even laying down another trap. The trap missed, though. Didn't pop it in time. So Jarek stays alive, and now the second stomp will hit, but not the most follow-up, however. So we will walk it off for now. But yeah, the Jarek's was taking over the middle lane while Mad went to the jungle a little bit and farmed.
Oh, another death up top. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Just having a way with this puck up here.
Bought him? Is Talbot in? Yep. Omni Slash. Catches him right after the Burrow Strike. He just spun on top of him and knew that he wasn't going to get away. In fact, you see Sand King only has a level 1 Burrow Strike.
Radiant's top tower is
So
under
not the most
attack.
range.
I think his skill build is fine. You want 1 point of Sandstorm. I'm surprised he wasn't able to get that off during the Omni. I'm not quite sure. Didn't really see it, but he wants to max his Caustic whenever you're up against a melee hero. And obviously he's not having the greatest time he had in that first game, but it's a similar effect. He's against a melee hero and needs to pressure the lane and get some more farm.
The Elder Titan sending out the Astral Spirit again. As bottom lane, again, just running down Sand King. But KZ now with a couple of deaths later. Slowing down a bit, just now past level 5. Still doing better than the, well, actually about tied with the Sand King now, as far as levels at this point. Clockwork's going to roam bottom, though. I guess it's the 2-minute, or not 2-minute, 8-minute Founding Runes. Resolution will pick up that one. However, his gets stolen by Sand King, so they will trade it off when it's all said and done. TA, what does she get first this game, you think? Is it going to be the Blink or the Deso?
You know, I see it variance so much, but I'd say typically the Deso first is best. Helps you farm that just that much faster. Opens up for Roshan if you get it like win a team fight. He's actually taking a nice stack right here, although Jerax is soaking up a lot of this experience. Doesn't quite get the stomp onto King RD, who's quite fast himself with some Tranquils. They will activate in about 2 seconds, but so will Jerax's, so we'll just turn on out of there.
He's good to go.
He's actually really low. He doesn't have a refraction for 1 second.
Oh god, yeah, Jerax is running up there, but he has it up now. So he's going to finish off this stack, going over the net worth. You see he's now 4th in the net worth, so that's a nice recovery for him. Again, he had the rough start when it came to CS in the middle lane. But that's one way to do it, TA. Fantastic at taking out those ancient stacks. Looking at the Wraith King, it is going to be the Hannah Midas choice.
Okay.
Actually has enough gold for it.
Yep. Which is, I mean, understandable, but just because the hero doesn't farm that well. Hasn't put a point up yet into the reincarnation, which is standard. If you know you're going to die twice, like say they rotate a bunch of heroes, there's no point in wasting the ultimate, so making sure he uses it at a good time for the first time. Oh, he changes it. Changes his mind, goes for the armlet.
Huh.
Which is also fine. Which is also fine. Very good item for Wraith King. You have to go blink if you go armlet, though.
Okay.
Because otherwise it's too difficult to actually get a good stun off, so...
Is that maybe more the sign of, yeah, he wants to fight? Like, he wants to really fight earlier on here?
I sure hope so, because this hero has to kind of fight. I mean, you want to utilize that ulti. It's the whole reason why you pick this hero, is to force fights and force them to cast spells on you when they don't want to. So, when they don't want to cast spells on you, then that means obviously you're not taking any damage, so you want to be in their face as much as possible.
Yasha going to be finished on Juggernaut. Talked about the potential of the Diffusal Blade on him. Does he go for a full Manta first and then the Diffusal, you think? Or does he want to get the Diffusal now ASAP because of the start from Wraith King?
I think you definitely go Manta first. It's a generally good item to have. You can dodge stuns if you need to. You can get out of a couple things. Slow from TA. It also just adds extra damage on top of the refraction. So it's easier ways to cut through that that HP of TA.
got Puck. He's really keeping his distance. KZ, you can tell he's understandably scared because of what's happened now a couple of times, at least what we heard about happening with those big crits of Wraith King and doesn't know exactly where the supports are. So
I'm surprised they're not like scanning because the Wraith King was pushing up aggressively. They're going to go for a smoke play down bottom, actually. Duster smokes him up. He does have a Fiend's Grip as well, so looking for a possible kill on a core here. But yeah, want to get busy. They want to use this armlet. They want to use this ult potentially onto the Wraith King. Obviously hasn't skilled it up, but still has that point available. Actually has 4, 7. He has 2 points available. That's very strange.
Radiant are scanning.
Is there stats I don't know about? You get stats?
Brought the stats back.
It's what you used to do, but obviously can't anymore.
Magnus, RP's ready. They're going. RP's used. Skewer backwards into the stomp. Beautiful execution. Although Clockwork, the meld comes out. He's going to survive an hour refraction. No, he can't get it back up. The Ear Splitter even used on top of that, and it will get the Clockwork as well. So they get an extra present when it's all said and done, but that was the prime execution there between the 3 OG members.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Exactly what they're looking for.
So the debut of the Blink Dagger for Magnus very early on. Had a great start in this lane. Very nicely played by Mad. There'll be some tower trading, it looks like. Mid's going down in favor of Radiant, although King RD is trying to slow this down. Doesn't have his hook shot, of course. But Resolution's pretty beefy, especially with this Empower.
I'm pretty sure they're going to get him now. He's going to go over to take the stack even. Takes out a couple traps. Going to take the stacks. A nice resource steal as well. Bottom tower does go down in the meantime in favor of paiN Gaming, but overall OG doing the better of the situation. And just like that, Juggernaut, 1870 gold. He almost has a full Manta style now.
Yeah.
Along with the Yasha. That's the Empower buff. Level 4, of course. Being applied by Mad.
And actually, Wraith King is going back to the Midas after the armlet. Kind of weird to see that, considering he hasn't really been able to do anything with this armlet. But, yeah, interesting. Really going the farm route. The reason why I also like the Midas, too, is because he desperately needs that level 20 talent. He really does, especially against the Jug. It gets him there faster, so...
Wow. So they just clean up the enemy's ancient stack and then they go doing their own. Resolution really shoots up there. 7,800 net worth coming out for him. But as you mentioned, the Hand of Midas picked up by HFN. And so kind of going back to that point, I wonder, to be fair, right after he got the armlet, that's when they ported bottom, did the smoke play.
Yeah.
So clearly they were looking. It just didn't work out as planned. And maybe he just figures, all right, time to go back to heavy farm instead. It spawns the skeletons and has the blink into the Radiance queued up, so some insight on what he's planning at least.
Yeah, I think the items are fine. Just a matter of can it work out, you know? I mean, is he going to lose out on too much farm to this insanely strong Empower Jug combination and their stronger team fight? I mean, Elder Titan with Puck, RP, it's really, really strong stuff. It's like a 4-man smoke into their woods. Hopefully, for the sake of Wraith King, they find just Duster, because they can easily kill this Wraith King twice. And yeah, it looks like that will be the case. This HFN is pretty happy. Almost gets the Blink scored against the TP. Could have been devastating.
That would have been huge.
Nicely tried there by Mad. Actually, TP's top to get a kill on Keizu.
Yep.
So, nice quick TP there by HFN.
Did barely catch that one, but yeah, that was big that paiN actually spotted them coming in, because overall, paiN Gaming pretty happy with what just happened right there. They get the smoke gank, only loses their support. They take out the offlaner. However, top lane, Wraith King. There's the Ear Splitter. On top of the Skewer. Remember, he does have a level 2 reincarnate effect. He's not dying with the armor. Taco just had the Pearl Strike coming out. He finally will go down. Coming back up, though, RP. Matt thinking about it. He will cast it after the fact. Got it off. Clockwork's going to end up dying most likely, but HFN still holding his ground. Throws out the Wraithfire Blast in the face of Juggernaut. Realizing he has to run, though, but Draco will catch them. Down goes the Wraith King for good. baiN will fall. Down goes Sand King. And cleanup crew and Isle top lane for OG. 4-0 fight for them. We is pushing mid, meanwhile.
It's almost like Wraith King's a bad hero. I mean, what does he do? He's like, cool, I got 2 lives, but I just died twice. At the very least, they do open some space for is Templar. He does have some decent farm despite not having the greatest laning stage.
Dire's top tower
But
is under attack.
yeah, that healing ward did a lot of work in that fight. He TP's right into a spin, and I think he's just dead. Juggernaut, she's a little bit scared.
No, not going to connect, and she manages to get away. Jeez, if she died there especially, that would have been really costly. Nice stomp, by the way, to save Fly and also allow him to get the bounty rune.
Dire's top tower has
And they'll get on out of there, so. Great retreat as a team from OG. They're now up 3,000 net worth. And seems like they're playing on a mission here in game number 3, understandably. This Juggernaut, he's going to have a Shadow Blade next. Wow. With the Manta Style. So he doesn't even want the Diffusal.
Okay.
At least for now.
Yeah, maybe he just feels like he doesn't need it right now. I don't know. I mean, obviously they can kill him twice. He just is looking for some additional initiation for himself. Also some added attack speed and damage, which is always nice. There's smoke coming out from OG. Looking for that Wraith King. He dodges a bullet. I don't even think he knows it. But he was there. He ain't there anymore, though. They actually ping him out. I think they barely caught him out with that ward that they have there in their jungle. And here comes the stomp. It will connect, and it's another dead Wraith King. Definitely dead.
He Reincarnate was up in 5 seconds right there. But obviously he was probably still dead anyways after the fact. So maybe that is good, actually, that it wasn't used for that situation. So he'll be dead for another 40 seconds now. As they find
at the very least, his Midas cooldown is literally the same as his death cooldown, so.
Positive.
Yeah.
Thinking positive here, Truff. Always good at that. Blink almost finished at least, and TA did finish her, so obviously, again, a lot of space has been created for Wii. Got the Blink Deso combo. BKB now queued up. And BKB, well, it'll be nice, but Juggernaut, of course, could still deal plenty of damage through it. Overall, a pretty necessary tool, though, this game for her to have. Keizu has his own Blink. As there's the Shadow Blade now finished on Juggernaut. So again, feels like he doesn't even need the Diffusal, and frankly, with the way this game's going, really doesn't. Another form of initiation.
Now, I am seeing, the only problem I am seeing with OG is that while Resolution's extremely farmed and they do have great team fight, there's a significant drop-off in terms of farm after Jug. I mean, most of the farm Magnus is going for is, at least, looks like support items. He's going back for the Force Staff, which is nothing wrong with that.
There we go, King RD. He's kind of just walking on in. Burrow Strike hits Rubik off to the side. TA is running in from the backside as well. Jerax going to go in. Fly's going to be great initially. The RP only hit, it did it a couple actually, including TA. The Omni Slash on top. TA will fall. Wraith King goes down as well. Reincarnate will bring him right back up, only to fall seconds later. Tavo, he's channeling up the epicenter, but he realized that wasn't going to work. Now he gets hit by the Dream Coil, and this could be a complete wipeout in favor of OG. A very scattered fight initially, but works out beautifully for OG. Transition nicely into Roshan, and they're by far going to have a biggest lead of the game here.
Yep. And then with the Roshan, very nicely played by OG. They're also playing around, well, I guess they didn't have vision unless something got countered in the midst of all that team fighting, but they're fighting on their own side. They're fighting on a hill where paiN doesn't really have any vision outside of Clockwork Rockets, but he was the first to die, so yeah. And he just goes the way of Resolution, just getting absolutely massive.
I feel like this happens with a Juggernaut Magnus strat so often, just as you're getting at, like, the net worth does drop off, but it's just almost naturally, he's just soaking up so much of the farm throughout the map, especially with that Empower buff, that you really just kind of play the 4-1. Alliance, honestly, comes to mind. You know, the whole Lotus strategy protecting him is what they did fairly often. So, OG executing it here, and it's definitely working. And he's going to get another Ancient stack, and that net worth lead just continues to rise. Is he going right into a Silver Edge? I mean, he has,
Jug?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he is.
Okay. So we'll have the break effect as well to take advantage of. Just the upgraded Shadow Blade, excuse me.
Yeah, we haven't been able to see a effective Fiend's Grip as well. I mean, there's just too much stuff going on in these team fights. Too many AoE stun abilities or lifts or stomps or what have you. Duster just doesn't feel comfortable actually getting a full channel off.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They need whatever they can get because these team fights are super hard against RP Coil to Elder Titan.
Puck and Sand King are having a fun time. Real strike right after. I mean, they know he's here obviously this whole time. The hook shot eventually comes in, and now Casey's in trouble. Epicenter channel for this. Really want this kill, and now they're wishing that they never even attempted.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah.
So we got multiple 4-staffs on the side of OG. One for Mad, one for Jerax. I imagine Rubik will be getting one after he just picked up his Blink. It's obviously great against not only just the Clockwork, but just in general. Like a stun from Wraith King, and good old 4-staff, and no more initiation, no more damage.
Wait, Magnus is going in Ags? Oh, that's awesome.
Isn't that like I forget what that is, like an Empower Aura or something?
No,
it's like
isn't it the Shockwave?
Yeah, they changed it, and I think I forget.
It returns the Shockwave, right?
Okay, yeah. It used to be that weird. I haven't played this hero in so long, but it used to be that weird aura for Empower or something.
Oh,
wow. It was garbage.
No, it makes RP a global ability. No, anyways, Magnus, he's gonna 4-staff away. The stomp on top. Oh no, it is a disaster. Nice sleep actually. Will prevent HFN from dying. Never mind. They get the kill on TA. HFN does die indeed. And he's back up to just die a second time as well. Seen that before.
Seen that, how many times has he died? Oh yeah, 4 times. I've seen that 4 times now. Tons of arrows are being drawn out the map. We, unfortunately, is not having as great of a game 3 as well. 0-3-0 has yet to be involved in the kill. But it's really not his fault. I mean, maybe the laning stage was his fault in terms of Magnus getting too much, but this was going to happen one way or the other in terms of draft. And I'm not one to I'm usually never one to be like, oh, they just got out drafted. I mean, sometimes you just do, and I really don't think paiN's draft could it's just too successful. Stomp it actually misses because of the lift from Fly. You memester, you does get 4-staffed out by his buddy.
He's dead.
And they do get the kill on King RD.
Jarek still gets credit for the kill, and they're going to go for tier 3 now. Yeah, they're probably going to kill it. You got Reincarnate. It's not up for another 50 seconds, so Wraith King a little bit more scared. There goes the tier 3 tower. Sand King in the backlands. Bro strikes on backwards. The Omni Slash was popped, though, and he gets the kill on the Sand King with a couple of crits. The Empower buff on top, and the RP locked in on a solo Wraith King. Going to bring him in with no Reincarnate. He's going to drop quickly. The Armor Tackle is not going to save him. And TA Refraction will be able to blink on out, but again, 4 heroes are dead. They're going to finish off the melee racks. 23.5 minutes or so. And there's been a buyback from Wraith King. The Wraith Fire Blast missing.
Ooh. Some rage coming out. That does not feel good. Being able to buy back and not getting anything out of that after losing your racks.
And Juggernaut even had the Aegis throughout all that.
Yeah, forgot about that. Now as a Silver Edge, he's nearly got a Scotty on top of this. I wouldn't have been surprised, let's say, if they started calling GG right there. This is very far out of their hands. They're going to need a miracle to get back into this. They're going to need a couple of really clutch Fiends grips onto this Juggernaut when he's away from his team, but why would you want to be away from your team when you have Coil and RP and Power?
Exactly. It's a team that make up the OG, very comfortable sticking together now. As we say that, they are pretty spread out right now. One of the few times, and in fact, they're going to find 1 kill. There's the Fiend's Grip, locking down under Titan. That's, again, probably one of the worst ones that they can get, but it's still a kill. And they can't get what they want necessarily, so. They do have some nice vision also in the Radiant jungle. They got a couple of aggressive wards down here. So I hope their comeback. And because of the Death Slayer, TA can help push down the tower pretty aggressively, pretty easily. Wraith King, I mean, is Radiance maybe not the answer, but that will help at least, especially against the Juggernauts and mischance kicking in. Preventing blinks.
Yeah, but he'll have a Silver Edge, so even with that mischance, he's still going to hit that.
True.
And then, yeah.
And then
this is looking grim.
Magnus going the Axe. I can't say I would never expect to see an Axe Magnus. I've heard it's
So
Not too good,
it shoots it twice, basically.
Essentially,
like
yeah.
It comes back.
Shoots it out and then comes back, I believe.
Seems
and
pretty memey to me.
I've never used it myself either. I just remember that change happening.
Oh, it has a movement slow. Okay, I can see maybe a little bit how it's useful. 60% is a pretty big number.
Okay, yeah, that's true. The slow on top of that. Oh, that's a dead bane. Omni Slash committed for that RP, committed for a solo Sand King. OG's feeling good.
I mean, and they can afford to use these big spells even just on supports or off lanes. Like, it doesn't matter. Their cores are so much, not only better, just better heroes, but so much more farmed. And now desperation settles in as Wraith King decides not to go for the Radiance, and he just needs whatever items he can get to fight, and that's a Blade Mail, which, again, doesn't really do much when Juggernaut ultis, but it is on cooldown, to be fair. It can maybe catch him off guard, but highly unlikely.
Yeah. There's the F Scotty. Finish on Juggernaut. Well ahead of anyone else in this game when it comes to net worth, at least. He's also level 20, so choosing to get the 10 armor, excuse me. Talent on top of that, so it's just even extra more difficult to kill. Keizu, he's got plenty of vision. He also has a gem up. They are smoked, though. They're going to initiate first. Trying to catch the Juggernaut. He got a spin-off, however, and wait for that turn. The Fiend's Grip is going to be canceled immediately. Tavo's channeling up the epicenter. He gets silenced out, though. Fiend's Grip actually hitting the Wraith King as Rubik stole it, and Wraith King will go down. The Earth Splitter in the midst of a couple of heroes pulls in Duster. Duster sleeping himself, just trying to live HFN. He's looking to beat down somebody, going after Resolution. Rubik so far, him and Puck did die in the fight. HFN getting low once again. Great Pearl Circuit though at the last second. Juggernaut goes down, and they also lose the Magnus. All of a sudden, it's just the Elder Titan, actually, is the sole survivor. So numbers good for paiN Gaming right here. They're going to win this fight. Ultra kill for Wii. In the midst of it. What on earth happened?
Weehawk's doing some damage. That's what happened. It's really actually coming into his own in this hero in this game. So, like, tons of crits, I think. And obviously Rubik had a nice steal. He died really, really quickly after that. Juggernaut, he was getting hit, man. I mean, that TA's damage is no joke. And it was a nice epicenter. Unfortunately, barely missed the stun onto, I forget who backed out of the way right at the last second. I think it was the Jug. But it still did some good AoE damage. So, and then Gem picked up. So, hey, another fight like that, and they're back in the game, honestly.
Kind of key, too. I don't, unless it just came up, I don't think they used Dream Coil that fight, and they definitely didn't use RP. That was still on cooldown from that solo Sand King kill earlier. So, you know, a couple of key factors more so in that fight. Omni Slash was also on cooldown. Yeah, they were not able to use anything other than Earth Splitter, really.
And now keep in mind, it was their choice to move forward, right? Like they, oh, he actually gets stomped. Oh, can they steal this Aegis? Fuck.
Nope. Oh, but he almost got the kill. The RP comes out. We may die with the Aegis. No, he skewers out the other guy. He skewed out the Sand King, and TA manages to get away with the Aegis for now, but they are in hot pursuit. Can they run him down? Yep.
He loses the Aegis to the Astral Aegis.
Yeah,
quick lift from Rubik. He gets it off. And that will be a dead TA. Very nicely done by Fly.
And now he has no buyback, and he's dead for 80 seconds. What on earth?
And it's okay, they got Wraith King, man. They got Wraith King. This is the most OP champ.
Oh, no.
These guys are doomed. Go get him, Wraith King.
He's got
Show him your Wraith.
My bad.
Show him your wrath.
My Wraith wrath. Tier 3 tower, top lane. It's also going to fall. Obviously,
I want to see this Axe now, as he now has it delivered. So this Axe on Magnus is up, ready to go.
Apparently we're idiots. Apparently this is like a core now on Magnus. I honestly did not know that, so.
Oh, is it? Well, I'm an idiot.
Well, Twitch chat is saying that at least, so.
Oh, all right.
And that's that. I mean, S4 said it too, but what does he know? So they get the top racks.
It does look really cool. I'll give him that. I want to see it some more.
He also going to Kaya. Nice.
I'll take that.
Just turning into a spellcaster.
That's right.
It's a hero that definitely can build heavy right-click damage if he wants to as well, but yeah, getting the 75 shockwave damage talent to help with the idea of dealing as much damage as possible.
When you're going this like this like Empower bot type of game with Magnus, you don't really.
Dyer's bottom shrine
It's not really
has
necessary to
fallen.
build core like typical core items for Magnus. So you want more supporting things. That's why the 4-step is good. Obviously, Refresher would be best, but goes for the tags, which seems fun. I like it. Looks cool. Why not?
Daedalus on TA. Well, we know that she can hit pretty hard, but and OG does have all their ultimates. Matter of just using them in the fight, then you got to think too that they're going to play a little more safe now because of what happened in that previous fight at the bottom lane. Not going to go all out. And paiN Gaming, they were smoked up. Couldn't even make it out of their base, though. And I don't know if it doesn't look like they have another smoke to use, so they're just going to have to sit in their base, wait for OG to come here at the bottom, and push on. And TA does have the cheese, so something else to keep in mind. If the fight does break out here, are they going to go for the catch? No. Little too quick. What does Fly have? Oh, he has Meld. Huh. Fun ability to steal there. So, very patient game from OG. Just sending the illusions from Resolution. Managed to snell up in another 10 seconds. I guess he also has a butterfly being delivered, so probably wants that first.
Probably. And yeah, he still didn't get the Diffusal Blade this game, which I still find interesting.
Yeah. Clearly a
He
case
feels
of-
he can kill Wraith King so fast, and he's going to get his level 20 talent anyway. He's like, fuck it. I don't need to burn his mana. That's actually a viable strat. It's like, if he gets his level 20 fast enough, it doesn't really matter, right?
Well, they're going to go on to
Fiend's
the
Grip.
Juggernaut. Fiend's Grip happens. Can they stop it? Eventually does. Fly, I believe he lifted him to do so. The spin from Resolution. There's the Omni Slash. As the Air Splitter hits the miss of a couple of heroes, paiN just melts. Clockwork's dead as well. Wraith King, of course, coming back up. Wee's trying to live with the BKB activated. Now turning around some damage. Remember, he has that Daedalus, so can crit hard with the cleave attack of the Psyblades. KZU, Luceria Orb, has the speed talent. Oh, the RP! He missed it. I thought he canceled it for a second, but no, he did go for it. Swing and a miss for Mag right there. They're going to lose the Elder Titan. And paiN Gaming will hold. It did cost them a couple of resources, including the buybacks on Bane and Clockwork, but not
Dyer's
necessarily a
middle
big
tower is
deal.
under attack.
As KZU is the last one to fully retreat. All right, so they saved the tier 3.
Mag is just playing with his food. He's just playing. He's just giving him a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's never. If you ever try to force, or not force stuff, but skewer into RP like that, especially uphill into vision, like they're gonna know something's up. And yeah, I'm surprised he actually went through with that. But oh well, yeah, they did use a lot of buybacks. I think 2 at least.
Only on the
Could have been
supports,
more.
though.
Right.
So.
But I did look at the gold, and it still went up, I think, about 4K. So
Oh, yeah.
certainly, I mean, with no Jug dying, obviously not looking towards that result as a success here for paiN Gaming, but trying to get everything they can. Find some time for
Dyer's top
Wraith King
shrine
Radiance.
is under attack.
3,600 gold saved up. Almost has the Sacred
Dyer's
Relic
top
at least.
shrine has fallen.
The Radiance to follow. And if they can manage to get that, again, it's going to help at least in this game. Templar Assassin. See what she decides to get at level 25, but if I could be breaking out. They catch Rubik. Oh, Pearl Strike a little too early. Heals on back, lifts up the TA, and Fly, he escapes. So he flies
That's
away.
Resolution.
Dyer's bottom
yeah,
tower
right,
is
goes
under
back towards them.
attack. Dyer are scanning.
Now they have to get back. Oh, who do they catch? That would be the TA. That's a big kill if they can manage, of course. She has a BKB and cheese, though, so they shouldn't be able to. Mad RP up in a second. Elder Titan, the stomp's going to miss. Clockwork ports back. So we're reset here. Again, Mad does have his RP ready. Omni Slash good and everything else, really. Drinkwill's not. Drinkwill's down for 35 seconds. But not much to lose. Sending in the illusions. Going to slowly chip away at the tier 3 tower. Not going to kill it this time. Man, they're tanking. Wow, he actually almost got it. Right there. So a very patient game from OG, trying to secure Game 3 and move on to the semifinals to be matched up against Evil Geniuses. Loser has to play a best-of-1 elimination match. Wraith King, how's he looking? He got the pattern at least. The lift out. Wee's forced to fight. BKB activated, jumping in after Matt, so no RP just yet. Drinkwell does hit a couple on the backlines. Yami Slash on top. Clockwork, he ends up getting cut down by a Wee. Now he's looking to run after Fly. Mad, he still has the RP.
Yeah, he wants to.
There you go. Solo RP. Shockwave coming out with that extra range, and easy kill on a TA in the end. She does buy back, of course. Vayne's going to explode as the crit happens. As soon as he falls down, there's a first kill on Wraith King. He'll come back up. Wee jumps in. Resolution. He's just going to back off for now. Blade Mill, that's not going to save him. And Wraith King's dead. 75 seconds has the buyback, but that's a dieback on TA, and that should all but do it. As a hat trick coming out for Resolution. And the GG is called. So OG will advance on to play Evil Geniuses in the semifinals.
All right. Well, you know, I think you can just chalk this one up to draft. I really don't think there's much more to it. I think the Wraith King is just a bad hero, straight up. And, I mean, they didn't even need to go the mana burn build on Resolution. It's just, he identifies that Wraith King's really just a walking stun. And without getting constant crits, he just doesn't farm enough. He doesn't do enough damage. His ult's overrated. And yeah, there's not much more to it. And that's really 2 games in a row where they last picked a what I think very weak hero. Second game, they last picked the Medusa into a PL. And obviously there was so many other circumstances involved, but that is still kind of strange. But this one's even more strange. They last picked the Wraith King, knowing full well that an illusion-based hero with potential mana burn was coming out. So yeah, I just think that this was a definite outdraft, but not to take away from OG. I mean, they seemed to play better as each game went on, right?
Yeah.
Like game 1, they certainly looked pretty rocky. Game 2 was a little bit more solid. This was like much more crisp. So I think OG is just starting to warm up.
Yeah, and obviously, again, playing with the stand-ins, not to set up excuses, but it's a fact. They are playing with the stand-ins there. To be fair, paiN Gaming was too with Wee, although he performed very well, I think, as well, and really the series overall. But really ended up being a fun series. I would not have been surprised if this was a quicker 2-0, but not the case. paiN Gaming definitely came to play, and ultimately is going to be knocked down to the loser's bracket, unfortunately. But we'll see how they advance on down there. Like I said, a tough journey lies ahead. They're going to be playing best of 1 now, at least in the first matchup. I don't know how it advances on. I want to say best of 3 from there, but best of 1 initially. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they play PG Barrack X in the losers round. So that's, of course, the wild card team. So paiN should be favored in that one to advance on right there, but you never know. Team from Indonesia in a 1-game series can make some big plays. We'll see. Our cast, though, here on the secondary stream, going to be coming to a conclusion. So, as always, TraLF, want to give you the chance. Any shout-outs, anything else before we wrap up?
Nope. Just thank you for having me. There were some fun games. Some very fun games this evening.
That they were. It ended up being very entertaining. So I was happy that you guys could tune in. Hopefully you were entertained by both the games and the cast on top of that. The secondary stream, though, going to be coming to a conclusion. I believe all the other matches now should be individual, and as a result should be on the main stream, which is going to be Beyond the Summit, of course, the main stream over there. So the Galaxy Battles 2 secondary stream at least going to be wrapping up for today. Once again, I was BreakyCPK, joined by TraLFDota. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at BreakyCPK, and also just a quick point, I do a daily recap series on the competitive Dota 2 scene. You can check it out on my YouTube channel of the same thing, BreakyCPK, of course. So interested to find out what's happening every day, really, in the Dota 2 competitive scene. Feel free to check it out if you would like. That is going to do it, though, for today. Again, congratulations to OG, as well as VGJ Thunder earlier on today, who, again, they moved on, and they're going to be playing Team Spirit in the semifinals. So this Galaxy Battles tournament definitely turning into an interesting one, and we'll see how it continues to play out into the weekend. But as far as the secondary stream goes, have a good night, guys. We'll see you next time.